Canada's international trade minister says the U.S. nearly doubling duties on softwood lumber is unfair and unwarranted. Minister Mary Ng says the U.S. Department of Commerce has significantly increased duties on Canadian softwood lumber from 8% to 14.5%. It's the latest in a bilateral back and forth that Ottawa has described as a drag on efforts to improve the cost of supply of housing. The BC Lumber Trade Council says it couldn't come at a worse time, intensifying already challenging conditions. Kurt Niquidet, president of the BC Lumber Trade Council, joined us to explain the impact of the duties.
Yeah, well, market conditions currently are kind of weak. We've seen increases in interest rates in the U.S. and Canada over the last several years, and that's had an impact on demand for softwood lumber. So construction activity in the U.S. has slowed down, as well as repair and remodeling work. And then on the supply side in British Columbia, we've had a lot of issues with access to the timber supply. And so that's been sort of leading to higher costs in British Columbia. And then if you sort of add in these duties, that's just adding an additional cost to production of lumber heading to the U.S. The impacts are going to depend a lot on the broader market conditions. Currently, as I mentioned, the market conditions have been weaker. Demand has been weaker. So we could see some curtailments as a result of these higher duties. It's hard to be precise about it because it does depend on broader market conditions. There are some opportunities to diversify our exports to other markets. But the U.S. is really our main market. For British Columbia, about 80% of our exports flow to the U.S.